So Assemblyman Kim, thank you for joining us via Zoom this morning. First and foremost, let's get your reaction. I think you might be frozen.
There you go.
There you go.
Hi, thanks for having me back on. I am relieved, grateful, and worried at the same time. I'm relieved for the people of New York that we can get back to the people's work. I'm grateful for the woman who stepped up courageously so we can get to this outcome today. I'm also worried that we may not have the accountability that we desperately need so we know what went wrong with all these issues that you just outlined with the nursing homes, the book deal, the sexual harassment, so we don't repeat the same mistakes moving forward.
Assemblyman, you tweeted resignation does not equal accountability. Tell us a little bit more your thoughts on hearing the governor say he accepts responsibility.
Accepting responsibility means not gaslighting the workers, the woman, not gaslighting the families, the victims who lost their loved ones in the nursing homes. It's telling the truth and taking responsibility of the mistakes that you've made. That's not what he said. He said that I didn't intend to hurt them. I'm sorry. He's not acknowledging the nursing home mistakes. He's not acknowledging the self-profiting book deal that he made. He's not taking responsibility for any of that. He's resigning, stepping aside, doing the right thing so we can focus on the people's work. But now we need to do our jobs and the federal government to truly hold him accountable when he no longer has access to the public resources and the powerful platform that he's had to continue to gaslight the public.
So, Assemblyman, you know, this Sunday on Picks on Politics, you pretty much discussed that accountability, and then at the end of the day, it comes down to the Assembly, right? You're on the Democratic Party, and there's a lot of focus right now within the Democratic Party on whether or not to impeach on those other issues, even though he is now resigning. We actually just spoke to one of your colleagues across the aisle, Assemblyman Nunes, about this. What are you hearing from the Democratic leadership about moving forward on impeachment for those other factors?
We will most likely be reconvening as a Democratic conference under the leadership of Speaker Carl Hastie and come up with a deliberative decision of how to proceed moving forward. I can't speak on behalf of the conference. We haven't obviously had that meeting. This is happening in real time. But I trust that my colleagues will also demand accountability and want to make sure that there's justice for the woman and there's justice for older adults in the state of New York.
As we look ahead to, the Governor Cuomo said he does believe that Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul will be able to step in and get up to speed. She's the next in line, and there is some irony about the fact that a woman will become the first governor following a sexual harassment scandal by the current governor. Have you spoken with Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul, and you get a sense for where she's going to take us in this next process?
We can't just usher in another Cuomo validator into this position. I know that we want to celebrate the first Irish-American woman governor of New York and play the identity politics to unite the party. But we still have to ask tough questions for Kathy. What does she know? Does she know about the toxic culture? Will she turn over all the communication with Governor Cuomo to ensure us that she didn't know about the abuse of power from this governor? What will she introduce to prevent the toxic nature of this office? Those are the tough questions and many more that we need to ask Kathy Hochul before we fully embrace her into this role.
All right, so you're cautiously moving forward here, but New Yorkers in this specific time, in terms of Delta cases rising, right? And there's so much going on the economic front, education front as well, needs a leader today to move the state forward in terms of everything that's going on. Are you confident that everybody's going to coalesce, get together, and unite here because New Yorkers at the end of the day are the ones who are affected by everything?
I'm confident that our city hall, the county executives throughout the state of New York, all elected officials are working together to make sure that we have a state that can protect New Yorkers moving forward. We don't need to buy into this narrative that the governor did a good job of protecting us. 16,000 older adults died during the pandemic. That is not a good job. We cannot normalize this notion that he did a good job protecting New Yorkers during this pandemic and before this pandemic.
I just want to get your personal thoughts here, because we've seen a lot of women come out bravely speak their truth, but you also spoke your truth, and we spoke with you on the Pix 11 Morning News around the time when you were exposing Governor Cuomo, saying that he was sending you threatening texts, bullying texts. Do you feel somewhat a part of exposing this so that people could see the inner workings and what was truly going on behind the scenes?
My team, my staff, and I definitely played a role in exposing the governor's abuse of power. But before us and after us, we have a whole group of advocates, elected officials who pushed back and played a larger role in saying enough is enough. And it took all of us to push back and have this moment where he's finally stepping down so we can get back to the people's work.
Assemblyman Kim, appreciate you joining us to talk about this breaking situation.